Not a happy guy. Probably his whole life is coming from a position of insecurity. I feel for the guy. So, all right, a lot to go through. They don't like each other. Doug Flynn joins us now, Flynn Zito Capital Management. By the way, waiting on Elon Musk again in the Oval Office in a few minutes. This guy, he's everywhere. What do you make of this, though? You probably followed it. They founded this company together years ago.
They did.
And now
10 years ago.
What do you say?
Yes, well, it's interesting to me because Altman wants to take it public, which kind of deviates from the original mission. It was supposed to be a not-for-profit, and Elon created his own alternative for AI, and that's the AI, which has its own chat bot, which is called Grok, and that competes with the ChatGPT.
Which is for-profit, by the way.
It is for profit. And so and part of why he left was because of some conflicts that he may have had with AI developments at Tesla. So he said, you know what, I'm going to resign from this. But he wanted to keep it private. But the real kicker to me when you dig into this is that if it goes public, Altman is due to get a 7% stake in the public company, which he's worth about $1 billion now. That stake on the IPO would add about $11 billion of value to Altman's net worth. So we could wonder about what the true impetus for him wanting to go public is. Elon thinks that there should be something in the private sector, and he created his own version of AI to sort of compete with the to be the anti-woke version of ChatGPT.
Right.
That's how we got here.
That's how we got here. The long winding road. Speaking of Musk, you've probably seen all this business where people are saying, well, he and Doge shouldn't be in the Treasury data, right? And that's been going back and forth, and there's been a lot of commentary on it. Ed, in the Fed chairman today, so he's on Capitol Hill, Jay Powell, and he's testifying, and Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota, who we actually had on this program yesterday, asks him a question. Watch.
Confirm for me today, is the system safe today?
I believe it is, and I will tell you, we are very strongly committed to the integrity, efficacy, resilience, and all those things of this system. And people do depend on this in a big way, and we're committed to that.
Would you add anything to that in terms of whether people should think the quote-unquote system is safe?
So the issue really comes down to how detailed of data are you getting? Are you getting people's individual personal information, or are you just getting sort of overall data? I think that's really what the crux of this is. When they get in there, what do they really see? Is it more overall information, or is it really deep into like who owns what? Because that info could be sensitive. I think that's where some of this issue is, not only here, but in a lot of things that Doge is getting into. How much personal information and other data are they getting? So they're saying, no, you're not going to be able to see that, and other people are complaining that maybe you will be, and that's the concern.
I want to put up one more story because it speaks, things start spreading on social media. In this particular case, I think it was TikTok. It's Doge related. It's from our website where they say that your student loans will not be forgiven if Doge violated FERPA. Now, Senate Democrats are concerned Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency may have illegally accessed federal student loan data, but that does not mean borrowers will see their loans forgiven. Apparently, Doug, some on TikTok have been saying this, and they felt the need to push back. Context?
Yeah, I mean, there are some penalties for if personal data is exposed, and that comes under this act called FERPA, which is kind of protecting your personal information. But the government has come out and said, even if they did violate it, doesn't mean your student loans are going to be forgiven. It just means that the institution could be penalized. Even though no institution has ever been penalized, it's certainly not going to result in your student loans being forgiven. And so once again, I chalk this up to, if you're getting your financial advice and information from TikTok, just you better be careful with that information.
That's probably not that's not bad advice. You should stick with NewsNation Now and Doug Flynn's appearances a few times a week, right? I would say we covered it all, but we probably didn't even cover half of it with everything that's been going on with Doge and Musk and everything. Thank you, Doug. And we'll see. I was going to say thank you, Doge. Thank you, Doug. We'll see Elon Musk in the Oval in a few minutes because, of course, we will.